Alright, so tomorrow's a big day. I'm going to start meditating. 14 straight days, mindfulness meditation. Today, I'm going to talk about the last measurement that I want to go over, which is heart rate variability. I'm going to measure heart rate variability with this app called the Sweetbeat Heart Rate Monitor app. Sweetbeat Heart Rate Variability app. And basically how it works, I got a heart rate monitor for $40 called the 60-beat blue heart rate monitor, and then I downloaded this app for $10. After you download the app, you have these options of monitoring stress. So you put the heart rate monitor on, you connect it via Bluetooth to your phone, and then you choose one of these options. I'm not really sure what the differences in those options are yet. This is my first time ever monitoring my heart rate variability. I mean, not my first ever time. I monitored it the last 2 days. This is my third day doing it. Basically, heart rate variability is the measurement of the differences in interbeat intervals. So your heart doesn't beat like a metronome. It has a little bit of, I don't know why it's doing that. That's kind of weird. I've never seen that before. But it has a little bit of difference between in the intervals between the beats. So not every beat happens at the exact same rhythm. This variation in the interbeat intervals can be measured. When you measure it, you can get an idea of the state of your autonomic nervous system and how it's functioning. So, basically, you turn this thing on, you monitor your heart rate using this app and using this heart rate monitor that I bought. And then after it's done, you click stop and you go through your data, and it gives you a bunch of data on your heart rate variability. So we'll look at that in a second. A little further explanation on heart rate variability can be found at this link that I'm putting up to Ben Greenfield, a clip of Ben Greenfield discussing heart rate variability and how he uses it to measure readiness for training. People use heart rate variability to measure their readiness to train, like some of the best athletes in the world. I just heard TJ Dillashaw on the Joe Rogan show talking about how he measures his heart rate variability every day and bases his training and how intense he trains on his heart rate variability and what it looks like. So it's something that's kind of catching on right now, and people are starting to try to utilize it. It's also something that is very, I guess I might try to follow this thing. No, I think that's for training your heart rate variability. Anyways, it's also something that is very difficult to understand completely because there's different frequencies, high frequency, low frequency. It's kind of complicated. So I actually read a scientific review on this subject, and the intro started with the following. Healthy biological systems exhibit complex patterns of variability that can be described by mathematical chaos. When I read this intro, I thought, oh boy, I'm over my head here. So what I've done is contact a friend of mine named Charmaine, who is a biofeedback therapist, and biofeedback therapists are a lot more familiar with heart rate variability usually because they actually have been using it for a while now to help treat people with chronic pain. By monitoring it, they can get an idea of how ramped up the autonomic nervous system is And when they can cool off the autonomic nervous system or increase the parasympathetic rest and digest activity, decrease the sympathetic fight or flight activity, when they can manage to do that with their patients, those patients experience less pain very frequently. So they use heart rate variability. She's more familiar with it than I am, a lot more familiar. And she has offered to sit down with me on Thursday afternoon, and we're going to make a little video to give a brief explanation of what heart rate variability is and how you can use it in a variety of different ways. But specifically, we're going to focus on how it might be useful or not useful. I'm not sure what her thoughts are yet. To monitor your progress with meditation and how meditation might move these numbers in a positive direction. I'm also going to do a little podcast with her about her work as a biofeedback therapist, because I think it's pretty relevant to this subject of meditation, because she focuses specifically on improving the health of the autonomic nervous system in order to treat chronic pain patients. So look forward to that. That's going to be Thursday. For now, check out the Ben Greenfield clip where he explains how he uses heart rate variability, and you probably find that helpful. I'm going to quickly show you what this the data that this gives you after you stop your session. So I've taken about 3 to 5 minutes of data every day after you're done collecting the data with the heart rate monitor and the application. Then it spits out this information, and we'll go over a little bit more on how to interpret this stuff, hopefully on Thursday with Charmaine. But these are the numbers it gives you, and basically measures the differences in the interbeat intervals. So the differences in the amount of time between beats. And so it gives you a number: heart rate variability 71, heart rate 72, low frequency to high frequency ratio is 4. All of those things I'm going to record and write down, and in the future, after I meditate for 14 straight days, I'm going to record this data again three separate days, and see if things change in a positive direction. So tomorrow's the day. Start meditating. Hopefully